Hey, Hendrik here from Lucid, and today I'm going to talk to you about the future of food, and more specifically, the concept of a meal replacement. So right here I've got a product called Aussielent, which I've been testing for about 3 weeks now, but I'm also going to touch on two of the more popular brands such as Huel and Soylent, which is the very popular product coming out of the States. Um, First, I just want to talk about where this concept of a meal replacement came about. So, what this is not is something like your protein shake or a diet shake. These products are designed to give you a complete nutritional meal in a beverage. So, they generally come in this powdered format, and you shake it up or blend it up however you see fit. And it gives you up to 27, 28 of your essential aminos, vitamins, minerals, and so on. These three brands, Huel, Soylent, and Aussielent, they tend to have a more holistic approach to it. So they aim to give you everything you need. So you don't need to make a meal for lunch or dinner. You can just shake up one of these servings and away you go. It's very much marketed as a time saver, which is a cool concept. But there are some other interesting conversation points which have come out of my research into these products. Let's just quickly take a look at the nutritional benefits of the products. So they cover everything from your vitamins through to folate, biotin, calcium. They include everything. So you get your fiber, you get carbohydrates, protein, minerals, vitamins, and they generally break them down into a ratio. So Huel has a 40-30-30 ratio. Aussielent has a 55-25-20 ratio, which is 55% carbohydrates, 25% protein, 20% fat. The amount of powder which goes into your shake is actually a lot higher than your standard protein powder too. So whereas a protein powder may be 30 to 60 grams, this is actually 130 grams of powder that goes into your blender or shaker before you shake it up with water. So it's a very different approach to food, which is why some people are actually touting it as the future of food, which I find to be a very interesting conversation in itself. One of the big sustainability points about these products is that it can help lower the amount of food moving around the world. So imagine a world where we switch to these powdered products. We're no longer shipping fresh meats or fresh produce border to border across continents and so on. There's a big sustainability reason why these products do have a place in the market. Just how big of a change or benefit that can provide has to be seen. But I do believe that these products can actually help people in more disadvantaged parts of the globe or places where food supply is an issue, because the nutritional benefits of these products is there. The science is evolving, and the price point is actually at a very good level. For example, Aussielent costs about $2.21 USD per meal. Huel is about $2.30. And Soylent is also about $2.30 USD, which if you compare that to a standard fried chicken or boiled chicken with rice, asparagus, that's a pretty balanced meal. You're looking at about $4 to $5 for something like that. But the science is still out there. So I wouldn't bank on these products conclusively right now, but I will tell you a little bit more about my experience on Aussielent. So how I came about Aussielent was I wanted to actually buy Huel, but the shipping from the UK was about $100, and I thought that's pretty unreasonable. Let's take a look at Soylent, and Soylent doesn't actually ship to Australia, so I found this product and this brand. It's a Melbourne-based company here in Australia. Gave it a go, and I must say I'm actually quite pleasantly surprised about the quality of the product, given it's a startup. The flavor is very neutral. It has a very oaty kind of texture to it. The vanilla flavor has a very mild vanilla flavor. The chocolate has a very mild chocolate flavor. In fact, these products blend superbly well with protein powders, with fruits, with bananas, berries. It actually tastes quite good because it sets a very good benchmark for just having a neutral taste which you can build upon. So if you are that type of person where you're throwing everything into your smoothies, this is actually a great substitute for your typical protein powders, which tend to include things like caffeine and carnitine in it, which are very much stimulants. So I found that Aussielent, when I had it by itself, tasted pretty neutral. In a shake or in a smoothie, it was a great ingredient and it works well. But the whole premise of it being a meal replacement was a bit lost on me. The reason for that is I never felt full after I had the recommended 130 grams. I'm not quite sure why that is. Maybe it's just because my metabolism is faster, but I always felt hungry afterwards. And when I tried to go at 3 times a day, I was thinking about food. And if you're thinking about food, you're not thinking about work, or you're not thinking about your partner, or you're not thinking about whatever the real goal of the day is. So after trying to use it as a genuine meal replacement, I thought this isn't working for me after a week or so, and I switched it to just being a complementary meal. What I mean by that is before the gym, I have one of these. Between meals in the afternoon, I might have one of these. Because there's essentially nothing bad in it. There's only really neutral or good things in these products, which is actually a very cool premise, because a lot of the protein powders out there tend to include a lot of things which you look at the label and you think, my God, what is in this product? So I think these products could actually become a replacement for a lot of the protein or fitness focused powders which are out there right now. So there's a real sort of market to be opened up for these brands. In terms of just becoming a genuine meal replacement, for me, it's probably a no for those reasons. But I do love the taste of Aussielent, and I think Soylent and Huel, they will be big players in the future. In terms of looking forward, people may look at these products and think it's a bit of a gimmick. Like, how can you get a balanced nutritional meal out of a beverage? And a powdered beverage at that. And at the end of the day, my suggestion is to test it and see if it works for you. Because in terms of the nutritional value, it's all there. It's on the back of the packet. It just comes down to whether or not you feel full after it and whether or not you feel energetic. Because I certainly felt better after a few days after taking Aussielent, which was something I wasn't really expecting. I was actually expecting it to be the opposite, where I was feeling maybe lethargic, or I just felt a little bit off. It definitely made me feel better, whether I was just having it standalone or when I was having it as a complimentary shake pre-gym or between meals. So the product gets a big thumbs up from me. Soylent and Huel, they're quite big brands in the UK and in the US, and I've no doubt people's reviews will be of probably a similar quality, and people will find benefits from these products. But the future of food, I don't think so. I think people just love eating real whole foods too much. And I think it's probably going to be a bit of a sad state if we're all walking around with sachets of powder in our pocket 20 years from now. So that's really it. Aussielent, great product. I'd love to try Soylent or Huel if I get the chance. I think they just need to do something about their shipping costs worldwide. But there you go. Aussielent, thumbs up.